Hey guys, how you been? I hope you're all doing great. Last time that I was trying to create a keyring, I was trying to follow ArchLinux tutorial, but that tutorial is from so many years ago. I think that is from 5 years ago. The tutorial on how to create a curly keyring, the keyring package. There's a tutorial about how to create the keyring itself, but there's a tutorial about how to create a package with the keyring. But there's been so many years that things had changed a little bit, and yeah, basically what I did to resolve this issue was I got help from ChatGPT, right? And I basically created the keyring, but I lost my private key. And if you lose your private key, you're fucked and you have to store all over again. So um, I decided that I wanted to get this opportunity to make a tutorial about it. Who knows? Maybe it can be useful for some Arch Linux developers that are just starting to make their first Arch Linux project, maybe their personal distribution, something like that, and they want to share their repository with the whole world, but maybe the whole world will judge them if they don't have signed packages, which is ridiculous, but whatever. I understand, right? Uh, for the security, when it comes to security, right? Having a repository with signed packages is essential, I guess. So, GPG will obviously, if you have fish instead of bash, it will autocomplete this easily, so you will not be forced to type the whole thing. So, but I prefer to type the whole thing. Key. Right here, we're gonna select the first option. Right here, we're gonna decide for 496. Right in here, we're gonna decide. We're gonna go for the option 0 with no expiration. And yes, I don't want this key to expire never. I don't care too much. And yes, this is correct. So, hmm, um, see, set your distro name and email as identity. So my distro is XRayOS, right? And my email will be XRayOS or proton.me. Yes. And comment nothing. So let's put capital O for OK. And let's generate a passphrase for our distro. This has to be basically a large password that you can generate easily with a program like KeePassXC. I recommend doing this with a Linux 60, right? And I will copy this and I will get back in a minute. So I did the whole process. Obviously, the passphrase or the password, the very large password that you saw on the screen was not the one that I choose at the end. Obviously, that's the reason why I decided to pause the video. But that doesn't mean you have all the time in the world to decide, right? You basically have like 30 seconds, and if you pass out those 30 seconds, you will have to do all of this little process all over again. So yeah, careful with that. So let's see. Now, if you get GPG agent key fail, no such file or directory check if GNU PG common.conf contains use keyboards and remove it. Right. So, I didn't get any errors, right? So let's see. Basically, your key is gonna be generated here on GNU PG on home, right? So you go there, you will have your key, your public key, and your private key as well. So you better take your, your private key, right, and secure that. Be careful with that. Never lose your private key. Anyway, let's see. What else? Get your key fingerprint. So let's get a key fingerprint, right? I'm just gonna copy all of this and before proceeding, I'm just gonna go here for the folder that I created, and I'm gonna call this process. If I ever need this thing quick, I know I can just go there and see what was the process like the last time. So let's keep up with the tutorial. I'm gonna clear the screen here, and GPG fingerprint, and I'm gonna put my email. Checking the trust database, right? So I think I already have it, but I'm gonna try to right. Or remove these spaces to get your for the character. So I think this is the same, right? I think this is just the same as copying from here, right? So basically what you need to do here is to generate your key, but it's gonna be generated with some spaces. This is basically what you're gonna generate, and you had to like trim those spaces, right? Cut those spaces, and you will basically have your whole key. But you can just, before clearing the screen, you can just copy the whole output of the last little process we did, and you can copy the whole the whole keyring, the whole key, right? um the whole fingerprint, I guess. You might call it like that. So create the keyring folder. All right, so we need to have a folder, right? Well, we already have a folder, but let's create another folder. Let's create keyring, and this needs to have some structure, right? Which is, it's raid.gpg, it's raid trust, it's raid revoke, and package build. And so I think for the GPG we can just go here and see our GPG. Well, I thought that was possible, but I guess um wow, let's keep up with the tutorial. Maybe I can figure out things. Right, so export your public key to xray.gpg. So to do this, gpg or more export xray os or project.me, and I guess I can copy this whole path and I can put this here, right? And I can do something like xray.gpg. And I guess now I can see here. Now if I open with Kate, right? And I can basically copy this, right? Since Angel, right? This will be the key for Angel. So I got a public key for me, for Angel, right? Edit the file and add a header with the author name above the key flag. So yes, exactly what I did, just like EndeavorOS did it. So yes, this is based on EndeavorOS. Create a xray trust. List your trust key fingerprints with trust level for full or 5. So let's see. Xray create a trust file. I guess it's basically just literally creating a file without extension. Name it whatever the name of your key. In my case is xray trust, and I will basically have to go inside, right? I will open this with Kate, and I will basically put my fingerprint right here, and I will basically trust this with level 4, just like this, column for column. So yeah, that will be, and create a trade revoke. Leave it empty for now. Add revoke fingerprints here in the future, 1 per line. Alright. Xray or whatever your keyring name is, revoked. Right? Create a make file. So we have to create a make file. So yes, I got a template here for a make file for the keyring that I lost the last time, and basically here I have the template, right? So it's just about copying and pasting this stuff, right? What do we have here? If we open this with Kate, we have basically the same stuff as the tutorial says. Yes, basically here this has to be the name of your keyring, obviously, right? It's gonna be on sharp Pacman keyrings and sharp up my keyrings, name of your keyring, and yes, basically that. I'm gonna try to leave this in the description if YouTube allows me to do it. I don't think it will, but whatever. So create a keyring install, right? Create a keyring install. So let's create a key. Oh, I already have one. Yes. If you want, you can put the video, see what's going on here. I'm gonna highlight this using something like Pearl so you can see better. So basically you're just gonna replace here X-Ray OS and X-Ray by the name of your keyring, right? So if your keyring is called, I don't know, Alexander, then you're gonna replace whatever X-Ray is for where X-Ray is for something like Alexander, and you're gonna put something here like Alexander OS, right? So yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, that's the format. So let's see. Pause install, right? Push to GitLab. So I already have this repo on my GitLab. But I will update that repo. So basically I have 5 files, right? And my GitLab repo should be this, I think. Yes, this is my repo. 6 files, but that's because I also have the package build, I think. Yes. If we don't count the package build, right, which we'll go to that in a second, we will have 5 files. Those 5 files will be exactly the ones that we just generated, that we just created, right? And then we're gonna go for the package build, right? So I'm gonna update my repo. So for the repo is basically just, go to your GitLab account, right? If you have some groups, then go to your respective group, your corresponding group, right? And look for, well, create a project there, right? And in that project, in my case, I already did, and that will be a trade keyring. I created that 6 days ago, but whatever. I'm just gonna update this thing and see the package build. Let's go to the package build step once and for all, because so basically you know push all of your files to your GitLab repo, right? And then you create a package build, right? But since we already have a package build, we just need to update the 256 SHA soons, the SHA 256 soons. We just need to update that, and Uh, yes, that will be um, valid GPG key. Here, I think here. So basically, if you can't understand yet, after you push these files that we just created to GitLab, then you're gonna proceed to create a package build. So um, you're gonna create this package build after the files are already on GitLab, because obviously if you um, well, you can even do it before pushing the files to GitLab, but the thing is the package build needs to pull uh, the content from some repo, right? So in order to put that content, to pull those files from some GitLab repo, those files have to be already on a GitLab repo, right? So just make sure that when you create this package build and you build this keyring, make sure that your uh, files are already on a GitLab repo or on a GitHub repo, right? So here basically you can just pause the video and do the same, but based on your keyring. Here I'm gonna replace this for 3. I'm gonna put here 2. Well, no, 1 is okay. And yes, this is the repo, and let's update the SHA 256 soon based on our new files, right? So let's start by generating the makefile one. So SHA 256 soon makefile. Let's copy this, replace the old one. Let's go with X-ray GPG. Replace the old one. X-ray revoke. Replace the old one. And X-ray trust. And replace the old one. Right. So, the rest is just the, the structure that we're supposed to have in this package build, right? So I'm gonna push this to GitLab to update my old keyring files with these newer ones. So git add. Let's trust this directory. This is not something that you're gonna see. I'm seeing this because I'm constantly formatting my drive, reinstalling my own OS. But if you basically have a stable Linux distribution, let's say Endeavor OS or Casio OS, and you basically you're not reinstalling your OS every time like me, you're not gonna see this often. So git add, git commit, let's give it a reason, I don't know, upgrading or replacing all lost files, git push. here I put my GitLab username, and I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna go for my GitLab password. Alright, I just copy my GitLab password, Ctrl Shift V, and it's basically updated, right? So this is for the GitLab repo. This is basically the GitLab repo, right? So let's make a distinction. Let's say that this is for this is, by the way, this is the keyring folder that we created at the beginning of the video. Don't forget that, right? And I'm gonna rename this to package build, because I'm gonna use this as the package build to build that keyring. And here's gonna be the git.repo. So here is the git.repo, right? Which still contains the package build, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. So that's the git.repo, and this is the one that I'm gonna use for building the package, basically. So I just need to copy this and put it here. This package build file. Be careful with building the package inside your repo, right? Inside your GitLab repo here, because you don't wanna, mess that folder, merge files and things like that. No, you wanna make this clean. You wanna keep this clean. So yes, don't mess around with that. So basically we just need to upload our key to a server. So let's copy our key, right? And gpg key server .ubuntu.com send keys and the keys. Alright, so let's verify that it's live. Sometimes it can take a couple minutes, but often it happens immediately. So gpg key server.ubuntu.com search keys, and let's put our email, proton.me. There it is. So yeah, we have our key live here. This is the new one, and this is the old one that I just lost my private key. And yes, I lost my private key for this one, and at some point I have to delete that, but I will figure out that later. Maybe if I have the chance, I will ask ChatGPT, how can I delete this old key, this old fingerprint, right? So let's see. Right, yes. So let's configure make package so we can sign our packages with our newly created key. So let's go to sudo nano etc makepackage.com Let's go almost to the end, and here on GPG key, let's put here our newly created key, right? Our fingerprint or whatever, our newly created GPG key. So packager, I'm gonna say Angel and the same email, Angel and HRayOS or proton.me. Control X, Y, enter, and basically I should be able um, to make a package with my with my new key. Make and sign a package with my new key. So let's test it. Let's go to one of my packages, right? Let's try to build our my kitty config, right? So let's see, make package, sign. At this point, it's gonna ask for the passphrase that we generated earlier, so I'm gonna pause the video. So I just copy the passphrase, right? And that's it. It's basically signed by my new key, by my GPG key that I just generated here in this video. So I'm gonna install this package, right? So I can show you that it is working, right? So I'm gonna sudo pacman u, it's Ray, and this is the package, right? Let's import this key. You will see this because you need to import this key before you can even install a package signed by that key. So GPG receive keys, maybe I need to import the whole key. Receive keys. Yes. All right. So let's install strange. Maybe I need to populate the key. GPG list keys, right? It's ultimately trust. So what are not able? Do I need to? Maybe I need to sudo pacman key receive key not fetch from key server. Right? Well, I don't know what is happening, but I'm gonna fix the issue with the help of ChatGPT, and I'm gonna be back in a minute and I will tell you exactly what it was. Alright, I just solved the issue. The issue was that in my package build, right, instead of replacing the old GPG key with the new that I generated, I was still using my old GPG key. This is the new. This is the new. I just put this instead. I just replaced the old one by this new one. But yeah, that little detail was preventing me from populating the X-ray key. So once you make this package, right? Obviously, you're not gonna sign this package. You're basically gonna install this, right? After you install your own keyring, you're basically gonna do pacman init, right? And then after you do pacman init, you're gonna populate your own keyring. In my case, the name of my keyring, obviously, you know, it's X-ray, but it can be whatever your keyring is. I don't know, Alexander, whatever. But yeah, you have to populate your own keyring, and that's it. You'll be able to install your own packages signed by your own keyring. Let's try another one. Let's try with X-ray nerf fonts, right? Let's make package sign, right? And um, let's try to install this one. X-ray nerf fonts, right? So what I was about to show you is this. When you install a package that is signed by your own keyring, when you query you when you uh, when you see the information of your own package, you will see that it is signed um, by yours, right? By yourself, and yes, you can see here that um, yes, it is signed by your own keyring that you just created. And yes, now let's test this keyring on another Arch system to show you that it works. So here we are on CashOS, right? Let's test the keys. I just installed the distro. Basically, the only package that I installed was uh, OBS BK Capture and OBS Studio, right? So I'm gonna go to my other drive. This is where I have its RayOS installed, right? And, oh no, it wasn't here. It was here under development. Yes. Here I have basically uh, the keyring, right? And some package for the keyring. So I'm gonna install the keyring, right? I'm going to sudo just in case it doesn't autocomplete, but I know it will. X-ray keyring, right? This is the package. Let's install the package, right? Now let's add my repos, my XrayOS repos, right? Basically, I'm gonna go to backman.com, and I'm gonna copy these two repos, right? So sudo nano etc pacman.conf, put this in here basically, right? And for my repos to work, I will need not only that, but I will need my mirrors. And just gotta go to my system, right? Pacman D, open as administrator, password, put my mirror list, and that'll be it. Though I really don't have any sign packages with this new key that I created in any of my extra or core repos, but I have the package. I think it was kittyconfig and xray nerf fonts that I signed just for testing. So I'm gonna go to it's nerf fonts, right? Let's install these fonts. Sudo pacman u xray nerf fonts, and it installed the package successfully. Why? Because we installed the ArchLinux Keyring first. So if we check the package, right? If we query the package, we will see, yes, indeed, this is signed by me, Angel, and exactly validated by signature. So yes, that's it, guys. That's how you sign packages on ArchLinux and create a keyring package. So you can sign your packages even if you're using another distribution. Not sign, I'm sorry. So you can install packages that are signed by that specific keyring, even if you're using another distro, another Arch distro. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if this was helpful, you can leave a comment and you can give a thumbs up.